Hey, peace and blessings, family. It's Nero here. In this video today, I'm talking to you guys about astrology. It's been about a month and a half since I've done a video on astrology, but I've been going through some stuff and making some changes, so it is what it is. But we're back into it now, and I'm back into you talking about it again, so that's what matters. Back into sharing my interpretations and my perceptions and points of views on these things. So yeah, let's get right into that. And also in the last one, the last thing we do and talk about astrology, so we went over all the signs, in the sun, or the sun and all the signs is a better way to say it. That makes more sense. And now we're still working. We're still talking about the planets and the signs. And now we're gonna move on to um, the moon and the signs. And once all the planets and the signs are done, sun through Neptune or sun through Pluto or whatever, then we move on to the planets and the houses. And then so on from all that. I don't know where I'm going to go because astrology is deep as hell. So when time, when it all gets there. So yeah. Anyway, let's get right into it. Now, the moon in the first house, uh, the first moon sign is the moon in Aries, which we can actually compare, and compare and also interchange with having a moon in the first house. So, what does this mean? We better yet not even get there yet. I gotta talk about moon in Aries. So, man, the moon in Aries, first and foremost, or anything else, the moon in Aries, this is a fire moon, just like Leo, moon in Leo, moon in Sagittarius. So, what this means with all of these three, fire moons in particular, they all have to, what they all need to, feel secure and secure and, stable within themselves from, from, an emotional standpoint, from, in the emotional realm is, to express themselves, express what's on their heart, to go out, to go after what it is that they want, to go after their desires, things like that, and to just yeah. Because now I'm just gonna confuse myself. Yeah, for the most part, fire moons, just like air moons, but there's more so with communication and rationality. But fire moons, and air moons too, they both these moon signs in particular have to express themselves. Like I was saying, air just does it through communication, fire does it through self-expression, and more so physically. So that it may be done more so with working out and things like that. Y'all get it. So I'm not gonna get too deep into all that. So now we talk about the moon in Aries. So the moon in Aries, these people, and you could really just say what I said about fire moon because Aries is like the that doesn't mean that they're not, smart or anything, that they ain't got some depth and complexity. It just means that they're the most, they're the most direct and most easy to understand of all the fire signs. So when I say that, when I talk about Aries moon, it simply just means for what these people need to feel, emotionally secure, stable, and all that, is to be able to, express themselves, express what it is they're passionate about, express what it is that's, express what it is that they want to create, that it is what they imagine, the visions that they're seeing, all those things. And by doing this and going after what it is that they want, going after what it is that they desire and are motivated and inspired by, they will be able to reach that. They will be able to get that, emotional stability and that emotional security, you know. Um, or they're not so better they'll be able to get, but they're able to keep that, emotional stability and that emotional security, be able to keep themselves grounded within. So now, um, when we talk about that, you can compare that to having a moon in the first house, because first house is Aries. So what's the first house deal with? Your personality, the person, your personal issues, personal affairs. This is how one of my favorite teachers of astrology, Dolo the Pilot Man, says it. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man, the flight boss. Now, now, yeah. So when you have their moon in the first house, which deals with all that, what does that mean? You know, or bring, what brings you emotional accountability, what your emotions and feelings are fixated on, is things dealing with your personality, your personal issues, and all that. What it is that you hear, what it is that you do as a person on a day-to-day basis, and more so tackling those issues, tackling what it is that what it is that you, um, need to, want and need to go after, things like that. So, and like, and it goes into when you say it like that, it goes hand in hand with what I was saying about Moon and Aries. These people need to, go after what it is that they are passionate about, desire, and motivated and inspired by. They're like hand in hand. When a person's, emotions and feelings are fixated on taking care of the things that like to want to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So, yeah, the first house is all about establishing one's own thing, and we got the moon here. That's what that means. Your emotions and feelings are fixated on taking care of yourself and establishing your own wants and all that, or taking care of your own wants, not establishing them. So, yeah. Oh boy, I'm all over the place in this video. Now, with the moon and air, now we talk about moon and Aries. This is actually because Aries is Mars energy. You can actually make the aspect of moon can you can I won't say conjunction. You could just simply have the moon aspecting Mars and have them. And when a planet is aspecting another planet, that simply means that the energy of that planet deals with is teaming up with the energy of the other planet what that planet deals with. So when we have moon in Aries, it's like the moon making an aspect of Mars, and this simply means that one's emotional accountability is you know in connection with in some way with one's one's personal power, their intention, their desires, their passions, their motivation, inspiration, all that, their warrior spirit and their their survival instincts and all that, their aggression, however you like to look at it. That's what that means. Now, if it's a conjunction, it would mean that the person, if it was a moon conjunct Mars, it would mean that a person's emotions and feelings, what it makes them secure, and also their passion and aggression and their desires and motivations and all that are hand in hand. And that's usually why I say moon. This planet conjunct this planet, even if you don't have that aspect. That's why. Now, when with this placement in particular, more so than the other fire signs, this can definitely be a position that can get people in trouble in earlier stages because they don't necessarily know how to. Unless they got more earth and air in their chart, they won't. Much like an Aries sun sign, they won't necessarily know how to be more, or rational, more constructive with their energy, in their internal realm. But when they learn to experience how to become more, more rational, more organized, and more analytical and observant, knowing what's worth going out there and what's not worth going out there, in their experiences, it'll it'll help them become a lot more, a lot more stable and a lot more, constructive when it comes to going after things that they want, rather than just, um, going into them head first and not, caring about the consequences, like that. Yeah. If you're Aries moon, you know what I mean. So yeah, especially if you're one who has a lot more fire in your chart than you do, air or, hmm, especially for someone who has more fire in your chart than you do air or earth. So yeah, but that's that. So a lot like the sun in Aries, was what I say in the moon in Aries is that um, for the ones who still maybe struggling with that, just make sure you're well. Chances are, if you into this stuff, you watch these videos, you don't even need the advice that I was even going to put out there, but just yeah, learn from the people, places, and things that come into your life to teach you how to become more, objective and subjective, and that's something that I would say for any fire, fire sun, fire moon, because you guys are all about passion and being direct and not really worrying about the details. But yeah, as I said, you guys already know this, so let me shut my mouth. Yeah. But anyway, just giving my take on the moon in Aries, my interpretation of the moon in Aries. If you guys enjoyed this, that's cool. But more so importantly than anything else, here I go repeating myself. If you got feedback or criticism that you would like to add, that would be awesome, because that always helps me serve you guys better, and that's what's really important. I do this for you guys. But yeah. Anyway, let me go ahead and end this. Get on up out of here. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Peace and blessings. Namaste.